Alright, so now that I've had the 455 for a week, I figured I'd come back out to the garage and just kind of look it over again, find some things, see if I saw anything that would make me dislike it any. And now that aside from cosmetics and small issues, it's still, I think, a pretty good machine. So like the hour meter says, I don't know what my light was just doing there. Like the hour meter says, it has 343.1 hours now. If we look in here, we can look. I think you can see that in there. And that hour meter does work. I have no indication that the guy I bought it from would have replaced the dash panel based on how he kept everything else. Which is fine. I just will need to replace the dash panel because I don't think there's any way I'm fixing that. But overall, I mean, I really like the machine. I don't think it has, I think the hours are true and correct. I mean, if you look down here at the steering cylinder, the grease boot still looks good. The tie rods still look good. You know, overall, the deck is in nice condition. It's not worn down on the edges, things like that. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did find this 425 side panel in the shop. I've had this for a couple years, so that I have one side panel. I have the screen for the other side. I think I have a screen for the other side. I'll have to get the panel for it. I'll have to buy that. And then I also had a grill. I will still need to buy the orange reflector on the other side. And I'll need to buy the correct decals, the diesel decal up front, and then as well as the 455 decal. On the hood, I'm going to try to buff everything out, and I'll have to glue the black plastic back on here. I'll have to get that glued back in, things like that. But back to this machine being low hours. I mean, if you look at the top of the engine, super nice, super clean. Aside from a little oil residue, things like that, the muffler still looks nice and clean. You know, there's just nothing about this machine that screams a lot of hours. You know, the pipe, the radiator tubes are perfectly fine. You know, there's nothing about this machine that really screams, oh, I've got tons of hours and I've just got a replacement dash cluster. Obviously, this machine sat outside for a while, a long time. Fortunately for me, in sitting outside, the owner's manual was actually in the toolbox here, and I figured out that this machine is above a serial number 80,000, which makes it a 2000, yeah, 2000 or 2001. Can't remember off the top of my head. I figured it out last weekend. I hadn't thought much about it. But overall, I mean, little things like this caster wheel right there is all worn down. I have no earthly idea what happened there. That was kind of stupid, whoever let that happen. At the same time, you know, all of these connections in here, stuff like that, they're faded and everything, but they are still reasonably clean. The engine itself looks super nice and clean. You know, there's no problems there. Actually, really happy with how the engine looks as a whole. We'll get that cleaned up come springtime. Get it all pressure washed and everything, and it'll look even better. But overall, I mean, this is a really nice machine. Super happy to have it. We'll get it cleaned up, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get. Well, I know we'll get new front tires, but maybe I'll get a 3-point for it. And we'll kind of go from there. Let me get out of my little hole here that I've got in. But we'll get a 3-point for it. Maybe get a rear PTO like we had on the 455 that I had last year. And, you know, kind of go from there. So that's a little bit of an overview of the 455 project. The first thing we're going to do is probably replace the front tires. And then we'll get all the fluids changed, get some wax, and we'll try to buff out some of the fading here on the hood. Get this plastic piece anchored back down so that way we can salvage the hood. I don't think, there might be one little chip out of the corner over there, but other than that, I think the hood's in okay condition. So yeah, this is the 455, and you know, really happy to have it, and hopefully it turns into a good project. So thanks for watching. I figured I'd tack this on to this 455 video. The X748 has not had a good winter. I think I've used it for a grand total of about 2 hours all winter. As I said in a recent 4066 video, just not, it doesn't have the capabilities that I need at this point in the winter. You know, it doesn't work. I took it out for about 45 minutes the other day and tried to move some snow with it, and I just don't have the mass, and I'm so used to the 4066 and the 1445 at this point that it just doesn't do what I need it to do. So hopefully in the future I'll find at least with it does not do what I need it to do with the blade on. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to find either a 54 or 47 blower for it, and you know, kind of go from there. And also a soft cab. I don't want a hard cab, I just want a soft cab. That's one of the few things that I regret selling is the cab. And the 318 over here, it's also had a bad winter. Had all kinds of intents and purposes of using it this winter to move snow. Okay, you can get the quick hitch on it and everything else, and haven't touched it. But the 318, it will get used this coming year to bag grass. So that's certainly something that it will do in the near future. And then we got the 45 loader here. It just kind of sits here, doesn't do much in the winter, especially now that I've got the 4066. So thanks for watching. These are the machines that are in the house garage, and not in the shop, so they stay pretty warm. So no problems, and they're all three, you know, very capable, just not using them right now. So thanks for watching.